Okay guys, welcome to the latest episode of They Did What. Now this is a feature where I take a look at some of the very early 8-bit software companies. This week I'm going to be taking a look at Anirog Software. Now they started out on the VIC-20 in sort of 1982 I think it was. They put out quite a few games. I think it was about 38 games in total for the VIC-20. Then they moved across to the C64, and again they put out 31, I'm looking at my collection here, 31 games on the C64, and then eventually, well, they also put out some stuff in the Spectrum, putting out 11 games in the Spectrum. So anyway, yeah, listen, I'm going to stop talking and let you enjoy some music and look at some of the adverts. Okay, this is Cosmic Commando, released in 1984, and this is on the Commodore 64. Now, I'm not up to date. I've had quite a good knowledge of most of these games on the C64, but I certainly don't remember this one at all. Ah, right, okay, so I'm controlling this sort of crosshair type thing. So it's kinda missile command-ish. Game over? Did I die? I'm not quite sure what happened there. I appear to get a high score anyway. Right, okay, let's go again. Come on, you sod. Right, now I notice... Bugger off. Right, okay, I notice I've got a limited amount of ammunition. Ah, bollocks, game over. Alright, okay, I've ran out of ammo, so I can't kill the last baddie. It's quite a simplistic game. Let's try it once more. Not quite sure why it blanks out like that, but anyway. If I didn't know better, I would say this was written in BASIC. It's gone right off the screen. bugger off. Right, it's going to be game over. Yep, anyway, listen, that's enough of that one, guys. That's called Cosmic Commando, and that is on the C64, and it was released in 1984. Okay, right, this is Frog Run, and this was released on the Spectrum in 1984. Now, I'm guessing it could well be Frogger. What do you think? Press any key. Yep, you've got to get some frogs across the road and avoid high-speed traffic. Okay, KNL, it said, I think it was. Yep, a time limit to get your frog home. Don't waste time, press a key. QALK. Okay, let's go. Oh, bollocks. Now, excuse me, now I am guessing this is possibly written in BASIC, given how sluggish it seems to move and the complete lack of sound. I appear to have this were back in the day when nobody bothered about copyright. Ugh, bollocks. Yeah, copyright wasn't something you had to worry about. If you saw something that you quite liked, you just made your own version. What the hell? I thought it was a stick. Enter name, right, I'm just going to put in anything because I don't want to lose my place. Another game, hell, why not? Graphics are... bollocks. Graphics are passable, I guess. Whoa. All said and done, it does actually play fairly well, even if it was written in BASIC. Avoid the stick. Yeah, it's coming along. Move. Oh! I thought I was going to run into the... I was going to say the embankment, the sort of blue wall, whatever the hell that is. The main sprite is certainly Flicker Central, bollocks. Anyway, that's actually not too bad. That is Frog Run, it says, and that was released on the Spectrum in 1984. Right, this is Cybertron, and there's no special prize for guessing what game this is based on. One of my favourite games of all time. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. Now what I liked, now wait a minute, I can't, how do I change it? There we go. Yeah, what I liked about this game, although I never actually got to play it with two joysticks, was you can actually play it with two joysticks. Let's swap the joysticks. There we go. Yep, so you got that proper... you would get that proper Robotron experience using the two joysticks. I'll actually need to make a point of connecting up a second joystick to try it out. Whoops. Yeah, I can remember having this game, playing this game at the time, and I really didn't get it. I didn't actually know what it was. And it's funny how 30 years later, it's only now that I actually realise that this is actually Robotron. I mean, I'd never played Robotron up until, what, about 10 years ago? Yeah, you really need to be able to have independent shooting. But what's interesting is if you actually look at the sort of the track screen, they've really... how do we start it again? Is it F1 to start? How did we start it? I don't know, it doesn't want to start again. Is it space? How did we start it? It doesn't appear to want to start. I don't know what I'm missing. Anyway, listen, that's enough of that one, guys. That's actually pretty good. That's Cybertron. That's on the C64, and that was released in 1983. Okay then, let's take a look at our first VIC-20 game. This is called Daredevil. This was released in 1983. And I don't know anything else about the game other than it's probably going to be shite. But anyway, let's go. I shouldn't make any judgments. Right. What on earth? Right, I think I am... It's Lunar Lander, except it's a guy apparently jumping off a high diving board. Well, hey, there we go. Is there any sort of score? It would appear not. It doesn't actually appear I've got an awful lot of control over it. I'm guessing the flag determines what way the wind is blowing. I mean, I'm trying to move to the right there, and it's obviously not going to let me move to the right because the wind was obviously blowing in my face. I'll give it a 1 out of 10 for animation. Yeah, there appears to be a complete dearth of score. Let's just say it's no Gears of War. So the next time you pay £2 for an Xbox 360 game on eBay and complain it's crap, just watch this. We were paying $9.99 for this probably. Right, I landed 5 times apparently, but I think we've seen enough of this abysmal abomination. It is Daredevil, and this is on the VIC-20. Okay, this is Flight Path 737 Advanced Pilot Trainer. Now what I didn't realise was apparently the guy that actually programmed this, called Von Dow, was actually a proper pilot. Now I did do a mashup. In fact, I didn't do a mashup of this game. What I did do was I featured the music to this game in sort of like my memories of various SID tunes, because I just love the tune for this. It's a really short tune, but it's just when I listen to it, it takes me right back to, I don't know, 1984. Yep, happy days. Really nice wee tune. Anyway, I could sit and listen to the tune all day. Unfortunately, despite the tune being excellent, the game is pretty much awful and uncontrollable. The idea being you need to try and take off, so let's give it a go. First solo, I haven't even a clue what buttons I need to press. I have got no idea. Undercarriage below 300 feet, and it's game over. There's not even a help or anything, so I've got no idea. What does space do? Space doesn't do anything. Right, there must be a... Oh, I've got movement. We've got some acceleration, albeit some very slow acceleration. I'm not sure what's happening here. Nope, I completely give up with this game. I'm really not sure what's happening here, so that's probably a bad one to feature, but anyway, I'm going to leave it in because the music's excellent. Right, that was Flight Path 737, and that's for the C64, released in 1984. Right, this is Kong, and this was released on the Spectrum in 1983. You can see it exactly there, it tells you. Right, okay, Anirog software, copying and hiring strictly forbidden. Right, it didn't actually... you know what, I'm sure I've played this game in a mashup. It doesn't actually tell you what keys you need to use. So, we need to try and figure out... Oh, wait a minute, it's using the joystick, would you believe? Yeah, I actually played this game already. And I thought it was quite unique, the fact that the barrels defy gravity. In other words, they're able to roll on a completely flat surface. There we go. Did I just die there? I'm not sure if I did. Did I die or not? Let's get the hammer. I like how he checks behind him as well, just in case. A whopping 2 frames of animation. Now how come the barrels are able to jump over gaps as well? Right, fire for another go. That's going to be the weediest looking umbrella ever. It actually looks like a little the letter J with a beanie on. And I'm not quite sure what you actually turn into. Kong himself looks like a linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm afraid if my girlfriend looked like Daisy or whoever that's supposed to be, I don't think I would bother trying to rescue her. Yeah, let's one more go. It's completely impossible to actually jump. And I'm guessing this is written in basic because it seems to slow up quite a lot when there's a lot of movement on screen. Right, now, please tell me that I'm not going to die here. Right, I got a big whopping bonus here, so I'm guessing I must have completed the level. Yeah, this game came out in 1983 and it was programmed by an S.J. Dan. Apparently, interestingly, it says your keyboard is the controls, but I've just proved that it actually works with the joystick. Anyway, yeah, that's Kong, 1983, and that is on the Spectrum. Okay then, this is Hexer, which is obviously a take on Qbert. This was released on the Commodore 64, on the Commodore 64 in 1983, and it was programmed by a chap called Robert Gray. Right, I remember playing this game, and it was fiendishly difficult, just like the arcade Qbert. But I think it looked pretty good. Yeah. Now, what's annoying about a game like this is this sort of 3D perspective isn't quite right, because even though you're in front of something, if you're jumping up, technically you're nowhere near it like that, but you're still kind of getting killed, if that makes any sense. You know, this sort of 3D perspective really isn't that great. Yep, and it's just as difficult as I remember it to be back in 1983. You've got to wait for that bloody thing to get to the top before you can play again. You see, I should have been able to have jumped to the right there without dying. Ah, come on, I'm nowhere near the snake. Yeah, it's an incredibly frustrating game. It's even harder than the arcade one. Yeah, anyway, listen, we'll finish our game. That didn't take long. Okay, yep, that is Hexer. And that was on the C64, programmed in 1983. Okay, right, this is Galactic Abductors. Now it says here by Jeff. Now I am wondering, is that Jeff Minter, possibly. I'm really not too sure. The actual font does look kind of like Gridrunner font. I'll need to check that. I'd be very surprised because Lamasoft did actually exist back in 1983. Anyway, yep, this is Galactic Abductors, 1983 by Anirog, and this is on the VIC-20. Now it tells me to press. Apparently you needed a 16K RAM expansion, so obviously the graphics are going to be shit hot. So let's try and get it working. Excuse me a second, need to swap the joysticks. Swap joysticks. And it's not doing anything, so I'm guessing it's probably keys only. Right, okay, right, it's not what I thought it was going to be. For some reason I didn't think it was going to be a shooter. Now, interestingly, the interesting game mechanic with this is you're obviously firing up the way. It kind of looks a bit like Phoenix, but you're also having to shoot left and right. Right, so these birds of doom obviously deposit killer jobbies which then walk along and kill you. Now there's a game which I can't remember offhand in the arcades where it used to drop little baddies and they would basically try and poke you up the bum with a stick. Honest, I'm not making it up. I like how the sound effect fades in and out. That's a nice wee touch. The impending doom. Now I've got to say this is actually quite a nice wee game. Got me. Ah, bollocks. This isn't half bad, you know that? Bugger off. The little skulls. Game over. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to go in for another shot. Come on, Mame. Enter your name. Alright, bollocks to that. Yeah, I'm going to have to check to see who is Jeff. I'm sure there's more than one programmer with the first name of Jeff, so I'm probably talking nonsense. Ah, right, you can see the wee bird things have taken two of my wee men. But this game isn't actually half bad at all. Bugger. Ah, no. Die, 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 die. Ah, shite. Ah, bollocks. Piss off. Piss off. Piss off. Piss off. And the problem is when you're firing to the side, you're not firing up the way. But I am really impressed with this. It's actually a lot of fun to play. Fire off. Come on, rescue him. No, you can't see me. When they've picked up the wee guys, you can't see me rescue them, unfortunately. Here they come. Damn it. Bugger off. Bugger off. oh. It would have been nice to see a sort of a change in the baddies sprites. Maybe it will happen. But you know what, it's actually a really good game. Really impressed with this. Right, anyway, listen, I've been playing that one for almost 6 minutes, so that is, I can't even remember the name of it, that is called Galactic Abductor, and that is on the VIC-20, released in 1983. Okay, this is Jungle Drums, and it's apparently an epic production featuring Bunty Forbes Davenport. Never even heard of this game. This was released on the C64 in 1984. Now, like that, how do we start? You can't duck the spiders. Oops, what the hell happened there? So how did I jump? Right, I press up. That's a bomb. Have I got to collect the bombs or something? How come the bombs seem... What's happened there? You have finished this level. Right, I've apparently also got a bonus. I've no idea what I actually did there. Right, come on. Are you going to start? Avalanche entering level 3? How the hell am I on level 3? I've only started the game. Right, I've kinda... Oh, right, I'm moving up and down, right, I get you. See, if you move up and down, that changes the level. So let's go to level 2. Swear you can't go anywhere. Right, let's go for level 2 again. So obviously you need to run like the blazes before the... I haven't a clue what that thing is. It is tough. Let's try level 3. It's quite unusual actually giving you the choice of what level to start on. It is pretty difficult. Dearie me. No wonder I'd never heard it, because who would actually want to play a game like this? I mean, graphically it looks okay, but it's just damn difficult. I mean, seriously. Can I stay there? This is absolutely horrendously difficult. Let's go for level 11. Just for a laugh. This one isn't boring. Alright, I see what you did there. Jump the jobby. Yeah. Okay, I can't even remember what that one's called. That is called... What is it called again? I can't even remember what it was called. Jungle Drums, that's it. How can we forget? Sorry, yeah, that was released in 1984 and that was in the Commodore 64. Okay, this is Missile Defense. I can't think what this game's going to be like. It says there, interestingly, when I ran the game, it came up with two, I could sort of pick two versions. 16K missile defences started by pressing any key, but first press either any key or fire button if using Kempson joystick. Ah, no, interestingly, I'm looking up there, it says it's programmed by Keith Burkhill. Now, I am sure he was quite a celebrity back in the day. Did he not do the adventure section in computer and video games? Something like that. Right, okay, 1983 Anirog software. Destroy all attacking missiles and planes for points. Defend possessions and save missiles for bonus, extra bonus. Sorry, for bonus. Extra bonus every 500 points. Use joystick, blah, 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 blah. Right, how do we start? It doesn't want to start. Ah, there we go. Now, you know what? I've only played this for about 10 seconds but I can tell you right now, this is actually pretty good. I mean, I actually thought this was going to be bloody horrendous, but I'm controlling it using a joystick, and I've got to say, it's actually pretty responsive. Now, interestingly, this game is obviously based on Missile Command, if you haven't already worked it out. Now, a good mate of mine's, Mr. Tony Temple, is the Twin Galaxies World Champion record holder at this game, and I think I'll be asking Tony to give this game a go and see how well he does at it. I just want to see if an arcade world champion can actually do any better than me. Come on, oh, you bugger. Hey, that's actually really, really good. I'm absolutely blown away. I was really thought it was going to be bloody awful. Yeah, I mean, it's responsive. The graphics look excellent. They look, dare I say, arcade perfect. They've obviously changed it slightly. You've got sort of kind of little cars at the bottom rather than, but the same tactics apply. You know, you drop a missile where missiles are going to sort of cross over. Really, really surprised at this in a good way. Right, last level on a Scov. Yep, they've absolutely nailed this. I could say here and now that this is probably the best version of Missile Command I've played on an 8-bit. And I've played a few. But these games are usually completely unplayable with joystick, but I've got to say this is actually really, really good. Anyway, listen, enough of that. That is Missile Defense. That's on the Spectrum, and that was released in 1983. Okay, this is Kong, and this is on the Commodore 64. Now, if you're a subscriber to my channel, you may have seen a mashup I did of this. It's obviously a shameless rip-off of Kong. Once again with gravity-defying barrels that are obviously able to roll down flat surfaces. But what makes this game sort of interesting, not as much interesting, but I've got a bit of a history with this game. A friend of mine, before I had any real games for the C64, a friend of mine brought this along on a tape, and what he did was, rather than copy the game for me, he loaded this game and then he told me how to leave, and at that point this was the best game I'd ever seen in the Commodore 64. So what I actually did was I left my computer on all day, all the following day. I had school to go to, so I went to school, came back, and I left the computer on all day so I could play this when I got home from school. You're probably thinking that's laughable now, but you know what, back in 1984 when that was literally the best game I had. So these were the things that we did. No. Ah, bollocks, almost. It's actually not a bad version of Donkey Kong. It's just a wee bit tough though. Alright, I'm guessing I need to go along here. Ah, piss off. Oops, can I jump over him? I'm not too sure actually. Certainly can. Right, let's make haste while the flames are otherwise engaged. He's going to come up this ladder, I know he is. There he is. How can you avoid that? It's actually a hell of a lot harder than the arcade one as well. Is he going to come down as well? He certainly is. It takes no prisoners. Let's go for one more quick shot. He obviously wins the award for having the largest nose of any oh, I didn't mean to do that. Of any Mario clone. But graphically, bollocks! I don't mean to do that. It's because I must be kind of holding the joystick up slightly. Yeah, graphically it's actually not bad at all. Right, I'll just bide my time. I didn't want to do that either. That's a satisfying noise, that. There we go. One last attempt. Right, I'm as well waiting for that thing to come down. Right, quick. Hurrah! Is it the lift level? It certainly is. This will be interesting to see how this plays. Right. Ah, bollocks. Last life. Let's move up to the middle platform, I think, and try and. Oh, come on. It is so unforgiving. Anyway, guys, listen, that is Kong. And that was released in 1983, and that was on the C64. Okay, this is Minitron. And this is on the VIC-20, released in 1984, programmed by Darrell Ethington. Now, I remember seeing his name in quite a few Commodore 64 games. Minitron, what could it be? Now I'm looking at the font here and it does look kinda strangely Robotronish, so let's see if we're going to have a wee treat. It certainly is. Fantastic. Bloody hell. Right, so basically you fire in the direction that you're moving. Come on. Rescue little Robbie. I never ever thought I would see Robotron on the VIC-20. Come on, you sod. The screen, bollocks, the screen's a tad small, but you know what? They've kinda got the essence of the game. I'm going to have another shot of that. What it does lack is being able to obviously shoot in the different direction from where you're moving, because that's the whole point of Robotron. Well, come on. You know what though, it's actually not bad. It's not bad at all. It does kind of feel a bit like Robotron. Alright, it's like a Diet Coke version. But it's Robotron all, nevertheless. And we're talking about a computer with less than 4K of memory, so... What happened? What happened there? I've got no idea. Come on, that's it. I'm guessing it could only have probably 8 sprites on the screen at any one time. Ah, bollocks. Anyway, that's good fun. It's a bit of a novelty game. That's Minitron, and that is on the VIC-20, programmed in 1984. Okay, this is Buggy, and this is on the Commodore 64, and it was released in 1984, and it was programmed by a chap called D.R. Gammon, as in Gammon Steak. Press Shift. Why is it so particular about what button I press? Now what's interesting about this game is, in fact, I played the Spectrum one and I couldn't actually move left or right, only up or down. Now it appears to be the same for this as well, which is a touch strange. And it certainly makes the game a hell of a lot more difficult. Ah, bollocks. Buggy. I always remember being quite impressed with the wee title screen of that for some strange reason. Now, yeah, there's something not quite right. I mean, when that drops a bomb directly above me, there is no way I can possibly avoid it. What the hell was that? Looks like a turtle or a tortoise or something I tripped up on. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's strange why it doesn't let you jump or doesn't let you move left or right, because it's certainly never done that in the arcade one. That was sneaky. Right, anyway, yep, that's Buggy, and that was released in 1984, and that was on the Commodore 64. Okay, this is Buggy, again on the Spectrum, and this was released in 1983. Once again, I can't think what game this is going to copy. Right, let's go for this one actually has a choice of joystick. Right, how do we start? Space, that usually does it. Yep, it's Buggy. In fact, I'll tell a lie. It is Buggy. It's Moon Patrol. That's the name of the game it's based on. Now I can't seem to move left and right, which you can normally do in the arcade version. So I'm guessing you can't in this version. Or if you can, I'm really not too sure how. Okay. just so you know it's me playing. Yep, Mame 1650. Let's go again. Let's change the control actually. I was hoping to put in keys, but in fact, hang on. If I go to cursor keys, then that should technically let me use the cursor keys. Would you not think? And alas, it doesn't let me do anything. Right, okay, just need to... hang on. That's strange. I say that to Kempston the first time and it was working, and I've set it to cursor and it seems to be working. Right, one last go. I'll not bother with any name this time. So given I can't seem to move left and right, I'm going to have to kind of leave it to the last second to try and jump over stuff, which isn't working, so I'm guessing there must be some way of... Yeah, there must be some way of moving horizontally. Right, anyway, enough of that. That is called Moon Buggy, and that was written by Michael Fox. Yep, him of Back to the Future fame, in 1983, and that is on the ZX Spectrum. Okay guys, this is a PC Fuzz, released on the C64 in 1984. It's got a really colourful title screen, quite like that actually. Never even heard of this game, but I do like the main sprites. It's got a wee kind of flashing light at the top, so let's give this game a go. Right, so what am I trying to do here? Right, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Right, okay, is this going to be a drunk or something coming out? Right, I'm not too sure what's actually happening. Right, how do I restart? Right, okay. Are they bombs or something? It looks like they are. Right, the bomb appears to, not the bomb, whatever it is you're throwing, the baton or something, just seems to move completely randomly. I've got no idea what that is. Is that some kind of punk, I'm guessing? And I'm not quite sure why the sprite of the car is driving along the bottom of the screen over all the score. Is that a sausage he's throwing? I've got no idea. Or is it his baton? Or is it a large truncheon? I don't really know. Yeah, pushing to the left, oops, does nothing. Now pushing to the left seems to make the thing fly up in the air. Last score 2100. Yeah, anyway, interesting game. That's PC Fuzz on the C64, released in 1984. Okay, this is well, you can see what it's called, High Noon. Programmed in 1984, and it required an 8K RAM expansion. Now looking at the title screen, it doesn't bode well. Right, okay. I'm guessing it's going to be a bit like Boot Hill. Can I press fire button? I certainly can. Get ready to die, as opposed to getting ready to live. Right, okay, I appear to be the dude with the... That's exactly what it is. It's Boot Hill, except with worse graphics. That Death March tune appeared in virtually every computer game in the very early days. I obviously thought it highly amusing, but when you've died for the 17th time in the space of 2 minutes, it gets a bit tedious. Come on, you sod, I don't actually believe it's possible to kill him. Yeah. I win. Get it right up you. Right, let's go for one more shot. I suppose it's quite appropriate saying get ready to die, because yeah, you can't even, it doesn't even appear you can shoot up or down. You can only shoot horizontally from right to left. I don't think it's actually possible to kill him, you know that. Come on, see, he refuses to move. I'm sorry to do this, guys, but I'm going to play this until I get 1 point. Possibly not. And what was true of software back then, and probably it's true now, is for every good game there was probably 5 or 6 bloody awful games. Look, the minute I move up, I actually don't think it's possible to actually hit the computer. Yeah, I think I've had enough of that one. That's a bit of a stinker. That is called High Noon, and that was on the VIC-20, programmed in 1984. Okay, this is the rather dubiously titled Ringmaster. Interestingly, I've never seen a game that has a built-in cheat mode like this one does. I saw the title screen, I thought I'd just have to have a shot. So let's how do we start? Select act. Alright, I don't know what's happening. Let's just go for Act 1. Prepare yourself for Act 1. Hooray! This was released in the C64 in 1985. Talk about drawing a game out. Hello. Things are certainly picking up a wee bit. Right, I don't know what's happening here. Is he going to climb up the ladder? He certainly is. Right, what do I do here? I'm really not sure what's... Right, I'm not quite sure what happened there apart from falling flat on my face. Right, how do I build up speed? Pressing fire button. Is that making me go higher? Oh, it certainly is. So let's... Right, I'm getting higher and higher and higher. Let's try and go for it. Hold it to the left. Come on. Right, how do I move forwards? Yep, okay, we're all waiting. Go. Come on. This better be worth waiting for. Right, I've got absolutely no idea how I move to the side. Pressing the joystick in any direction seems to do absolutely nothing. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Right, okay, I think we've seen enough of that. That is Ringmaster, and that was released in the C64 in 1985. Okay, this is Zeno 2, released by Anirog in 1983, and again this one was written by Michael Fox, obviously before he got his big break in films. Yep. Right, can we start? Yes, here we go. Right, wait a minute. What is going on? As soon as I touch the joystick, I appear to be dying. Ah, I've got you. Right, so I am basically trying to pilot this lunar lander thing. Oops. Through the clouds, is it? I'm guessing? No, bollocks. What you don't do is move before it actually releases. I don't know, does pressing up possibly stop you from plummeting down? I'm not too sure. Ah, it does indeed. Right, okay. Now I've got you, gov. Ah, bollocks. Let's go in again. Oh. Right, it doesn't appear you can really move up. All you can do is slow your rate of falling down. Like so. See, I can't move up. Bollocks. So I'm going to have to rely on a lot of luck. Ah, no way. Well, at least I got in the target that time. Right, I think we've seen enough of Zeno 2 on the ZX Spectrum. Right, this is called Slap Dab. Slap Dab? I've got absolutely no idea. Instructions, hell, why not? This is on the VIC-20, by the way. Sam, the famous painter, needs your help. Your help, yeah, obviously he didn't go to school. To paint the area on the left of the screen. He has to paint in the area before the undercoat monsters get him and pull the bristles out of his paintbrush. God, that sounds painful. Press any key. Well, I can't see any key on this keyboard, so I'll just press a space. The monsters start to chase you about 10 seconds after you give them a coat of paint. When you run out of paint or have finished painting a screen, you must return to the paint pot for a refill or a fresh screen. Press any key. Points are awarded for painting and for the release of a monster. Each new screen presents Sam with more intelligent monsters. Hopefully one that can actually get his grammar properly. Monsters, however, can only travel on the painted areas. Press any key. Whoops. Ah, right, okay, so now I would say right away this looks, am I actually, wait a minute, what's happening? Ah, I got you. Right, why is there nobody actually going to come and kill me? Right, wait a minute, right, okay. So the monsters only appear after a certain length of time. I'm going to say it actually plays pretty well. It feels good. It feels like a Spectrum game, funnily enough. Let's see if we can get to the second level. It'll probably be more paint type shenanigans. Oh, up for a refill. Ah, bollocks. Piss off. Was that another Barry going to get released into the fray? I don't believe that. That just appeared right where I am. Wait a minute. Come on. Ah, no way. Ah, I don't believe it. That's the game over. Press shift. Oh, so it doesn't want any key now, it wants specifically shift. Right, I'm going back in for another shot. Right, wait a minute, how come he's going to appear now? It took quite a while before. Ah, bugger off. You know, it actually kind of reminds me a bit like Boulder Dash, when these wee guys can only follow in the sort of bits that you've kind of, the paths that you've made, if that makes any sense. Right, bugger off. Come on, you can come down here. Come and get me. Oh, sod, I don't believe that. That is like a Jet Set Willy bug. It just gets you right in the corner. Bang, bang, bang. Anyway, that's actually quite good fun, that one. That is a... what's it called? Slap Dab. Yep, that is released in 1983 on the Commodore VIC-20. Okay, this is the very last one we're going to look at today, guys. This is Scramble with a K. You know, to avoid copyright and all that kind of stuff. Now, this game was a particular favourite of mine. I remember seeing pictures of this in computing video games, and I always remember being sort of blown away. I couldn't wait to get the game. I just thought it looked absolutely incredible. Now, I'm not quite sure how we actually start. How do we start? Is it space? Nope. It says press joystick button. Well, we're trying to do that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it just looks, it looks the part. The only thing I would say that let this particular version down a wee bit was the kind of jerky scrolling. It's got the right sound, it's got the right graphics. But I played this an awful lot back in the day. I loved it to bits. And this was a game that I used to, not this particular game, but I mean, I used to play Scramble. I think there was a Scramble machine in the local rugby club, so it was a game that I did get to play. And I always remember being pretty impressed with this game, thinking it was as near as damn it to the arcade one. But yeah, in the main, Anirog Software did put out some excellent arcade games, sort of conversions. Back in the day when copyright wasn't an issue, if somebody brought out an amazing game, you could just write your own and nobody cared. Well, they probably did care, but there wasn't a jot they could do about it, it would appear. People just never took each other to court back then. If only it was like that nowadays. I would make a fortune selling the P-phone, you know, one of these smartphone things with a touchscreen. Anyway, I'm waffling slightly. It's a really, really nice version. I noticed when I was about to start this game, there was options to make the scrolling nice and smooth and also improve the graphics. So obviously somebody's taking the time to improve it. Now, I was going to use that version, but that wouldn't really be fair because this is the version that was released back in the day. So anyway, yep, listen, that is it. That is Scramble, and that was on the C64. That's the end of this feature, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If there's any software company you'd like to see feature in this this sort of feature, then please put a comment down below, and I'll certainly do my best to try and feature it. So as usual, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as usual, thank you so much for watching.